everyone, how are you? I'm Cory, a lecturer at the Forestry Engineering Study Program from ITERA. Today, we will learn about forestry, especially in national parks. We will learn about the definition of national park, the role of national parks, and the function of national parks. Have you ever heard of national parks? Not yet? Okay, if you haven't heard of national parks or already know about national parks, we are going to learn about national parks. Before we know what a national park is, we must understand the meaning of a nature conservation area. Nature conservation areas, hereinafter referred to as KPA, or kawasan pemanfaatan alam in Indonesian, are areas with certain characteristics both on land and in waters, which have the main function of protecting life support system, preserving the diversity of plant and animal species, and sustainable use of natural biological resources and their ecosystem. So, what is the correlation between KPA and national parks? Let's look at the definition of a national park. National parks, hereinafter referred to as TN or Taman Nasional in Indonesian, are KPA that have original ecosystem managed with a zone system that is utilized for research, science, education, supporting cultivation, tourism, and recreation purpose. If we look at this definition, national park is part of a KPA that is managed with a zoning system in the form of a natural forest ecosystem with several objectives. By definition, a national park is a forest area managed by zoning. What is the zoning? The first is the core zone. The core zone is a national park area that is absolutely protected and no changes are allowed in the form of reducing, eliminating function, and adding other species of plants and animals that are not native. So, the core zone contains natural plants and animals in a national park because no introduction of outside species is allowed. So the core zone can be a characteristic of a national park that distinguishes it from other national parks. The second is the jungle zone. The jungle zone is a part of the TN that is designed because its location, condition, and potential are able to support conservation interests in the core zone and utilization zone. According to the definition of the jungle zone, the zone supports the sustainability of the core zone, the ecosystem in the jungle zone, and in addition to supporting the core zone, can also be used to support the utilization zone. The third is utilization zone. The utilization zone is a part of the TN which is designed due to its location, condition, and natural potential, which is primarily utilized for the interest of nature tourism and other environmental condition. And the last, other zone as needed. Do you know how many national parks there are in Lampung province? Yes, that's right. There are 2 national parks in Lampung province. Waikambas National Park in East Lampung Regency and Bukit Barisan Selatan National Park in Tanggamus Regency. These 2 national parks have their own unique characteristic and different utilization zones. Referring to the zoning of the national park, namely the utilization zone, one of which for tourism, the objective of ecotourism in the national park are conservation, increasing the local economy, and environmental education. What does conservation means? Conservation of natural resources and their ecosystem is an effort to manage natural resources whose use is carried out wisely to ensure the continuity of their supply while maintaining and improving the quality of their diversity and value. In addition to conservation, national parks are also able to improve the economic welfare of a local community, which indirectly means that local communities will also help preserve the forest. Do you know what kind of animal are conserved in Waikambas National Park? Oh, okay. Let's watch the following video. Sumatran rhinoceros or badak Sumatra, Sumatran elephant or gajah Sumatra, Sumatran tiger or harimau Sumatra are three animal species conserved in Waikambas National Park. The Elephant Conservation Center in Waikambas National Park is a place to conserve wild elephants to prevent conflict with the community. Illegal logging, deforestation, encroachment, forest and land fires are the causes of the destruction of animal habitats in Waikambas National Park. Degradation and deforestation are over and over. Do you know the difference between deforestation and degradation? Deforestation is the total removal of forest cover that is converted into non-forest land use, for example, plantation, settlement, or mining. Its characteristics are that the tree cover is permanently lost. The function of the forest as a carbon sink, animal habitat, water source is totally disrupted and is irreversible. So, deforestation can cause a reduction in the area of forest, whereas degradation is a decrease in the quality of a forest so that its function is reduced, but it is still classified as a forest. For example, of degradation are illegal logging, small fires, decreased biodiversity, soil erosion, decreased carbon stock. Okay, next. Apart from having a lowland forest ecosystem as a habitat for animals in Waikambas National Park, Waikambas also has a mangrove forest ecosystem. There are Bruguera species that have knee root, as in the middle picture. Do you know why it is called a knee root? Look at the shape of the Bruguera root. The root at the bottom looks like a knee. Bruguera roots grow above the surface of the ground, then go back into the ground. This is what causes the shape of Bruguera root to be like knee. And Rhizobora species that have steel root, as in the left picture. Unlike Bruguera, Rhizopora has a steel root that grow from stem and then penetrate the surface of the soil or the substrate. The mangrove forest ecosystem function to protect the land from abrasion, prevent seawater intrusion, habitat for animals, especially birds, high carbon storage, and high wave breakers, especially during tsunami. So in general, the role of national parks are conservation of flora and fauna, namely to protect flora and fauna so that they remain sustainable in nature. The second is education and research, namely as a field research station for education in the field of flora, fauna, and microorganisms. And the third, Earth life support system, namely maintaining environmental balance between humans, animals, and the environment to prevent environmental damage, disasters. Fourth, tourism as a tourist attraction that can educate the people who visit. Okay, everyone, that is for today. Save the forest, save our earth. This is a photo of me and forestry engineering students during mangrove planting on June 16th. We plant 2,000 mangrove seedling in our demonstration plot. Okay, it's been a pleasure to give you a lecture. Let's protect our forest together and see you again.